So, Prynhawn da, good afternoon. I am in Porthkerry Country Park, which is one of the highlights of my hometown in Barry. So, I've not done a video in a while because I've been mega busy with loads of different things. So yeah, just doing a bit of an update video, and also doing a recce of a race that I'm doing in September. So 10 years ago I did my first trail race down here called the Porthkerry 5MT, which is run by a local club called Penarth and Dinas Runners. A bloody brilliant event, and it's where my enjoyment and love of trails really started, I guess, because I came into that race not really knowing anything about trails apart from being a cross-country runner in school. But I do find trails a lot different to just classic cross-country running anyway. And I remember that day having an absolute shock by elevation, undulation, grass, mud. And then my friend Matthew, aka Hot Wings, messaged me a couple of weeks ago and said, do you fancy going back and doing it again? And I said yes. So I'm going to recce it today. I know the route anyway, but I'm going to recce it on my watch. I'm going to create a tracking link because, in other news, I am attempting my first FKT on the 18th of July. So really excited to attempt that. I'm just going to walk up to the monument in Porthkerry where my FKT will finish. So I submitted a route about 3 weeks ago to FKT, and if you don't know what FKT means, it means fastest known time. And there's a new wooded trail which is government backed and funded, which starts in Gleneath and it connects all the forests of South Wales and finishes at the beach in Porthkerry. It's 50 miles, nearly 5,000 feet of climbing, and I'll be the first person to take it on in terms of running it. I think someone has hiked it before, so I'm going to be setting an FKT next Saturday. I'm really fucking excited, and the reason I'm doing it is because I DNF'd my 200 miler a few weeks ago, and I don't want to waste the training that I've put in. So I think it just makes sense to kind of make hay while the sun shines. And I'm not really a believer in that whole, everything happens for a reason nonsense, but I think this was it. I think I was always meant to do an FKT, and right the wrongs of me not finishing my 200 because I just weren't good enough and my head went on the day. And I think this is something that's going to keep me really excited over the next week or so. In terms of what I've been up to, been doing a lot of speed work. My shin's still playing up, but happy that the legs are still turning over pretty well. So I'm hoping next week I can have a bit of a go, and just more so enjoy it. I have no doubt that I'll set the FKT and then it'll probably get smashed, but I've just always wanted to name again FKT against my name, and I think that's what I'm going to do next week. So before I start my recce of the Porthkerry 5MT, which starts on the field, this is where my FKT will finish, at the Llwybr Coedwig Cymru Trail Monument, which is this cool leaf, but it's in the shape of Wales, which I really like. And then there's a board of information. That's the route there. I'll leave it on there for a bit so you can see. So yeah, so 50 miles pretty much, and yeah, I get to finish in my hometown right by the beach, which is just, yeah, unbelievable. And then my family are going to be here at the finish, and then yeah, it'll be a really nice way to finish the day and hopefully put to good use these legs. I'm going to go down to the start of the recce of the 5 mile race and then share a little bit of info on that. Whoop, whoop. So this is the race start, which is at the top of the field, and it's going to do a loop of the field to start. So got my watch on, let's go. gonna take it nice and easy today. Got my sun hoodie on, bucket hat, sunnies. It's 25 degrees. It's fucking glorious. There's no wind. But yeah. Whoop, whoop. So the first mile, to my music off, first mile is a lap of the main field, so it's pretty flat. And yeah, now on way to up and out the field, going down towards the beach for the next mile, up towards the trees. Say I've done this route loads, but I wanted to do it to the nearest foot today, just to get a feel for it. And there's loads of crossovers on my watch's GPS is like, what are you doing, mate? But I know the route, so thank God. But yeah, whoop whoop. This is the first climb, which I'm just walking, but the bit coming into this climb, there's been loads of shit dumped on the trail, so you can't get through. And the GPX that they've shared is a nightmare. They definitely need to revise that. It was like fucking risky trigs all over again. Here we go, we got a bit of a downhill after the first little climb. Let's go. And then during the second mile, you come directly underneath the viaduct, which is pretty cool. Let me extend. As you can see, the viaduct, and then back into the country park. Then, so a little flirt with the woods, back into the park, and then we're going to traverse across the park over to the Millwood, which is another set of woods, which is about a mile away. Let's fucking go. So mile 3 or 2 to 3 is another, obviously traversing the field. Now we're over the eastern side of the park, and at some point we have a little gap in the fence to climb up towards Millwood then. So yeah, it's really warm today. Normally this thing keeps me feeling quite cool. Obviously it's great for protecting the skin, but fuck me, feels like the heat's going straight through it onto my skin. Yeah, I remember this route, like it's tough, and I remember being like 7:30 a mile average for the race, which was like super quick at the time, but I was a lot faster back then. But I'm a better climber now, so swings and roundabouts, not as fast, but 10 years more experience in the legs. I'm definitely about 3 stone heavier as well. I think I can see the gap in the distance. Whoop, whoop, fucking whoop. They've now put loads of stones down on the trail up towards Millwood, which I saw they'd done it up by the housing estate, but I've not realised they did it here. I'm torn because I liked the trail here before, and now they've put stones down, and I know like in winter that's going to benefit people for things like dog walking, etc, etc, but I'm a purist. I want to see some proper trail turn by here, but there's a million ways you can come through this park now. There's loads of signposts, and yeah, if you're thinking of getting into trail running and you're in the Vale, I recommend parking up down here, or even just outside the park so you don't have to pay for parking, and just have a wander around. There's not that much climbing, it's alright. I would say it's beginner level trails really, and yeah, there's a lovely coffee place at the end, which is within the Zaraski family. So if you know Marcos Caft on the island, it's within that family. So great service, great coffee, great ice cream. Lap 3 done. Yeah, let's do mile 3 to 4. Whoop whoop. So the last mile, like I said, down from the dump back into the field, and then it's half a mile then across the main field to the finish line. Yeah, not a bad little recce, bloody hot, and taking it as easy as possible, although my heart rate on my watch I don't think it's very accurate today. I think I was in zone 4 when I'm just running really slow, so yeah, I think I just need to give it a bit of a update and a reset. Normally helps. And yeah, Let's finish this baby.